along with the instructions that I'm giving this morning, you should have your cell phone. And there is also the notes that I'm going to share with you are linked to the document with the Google Meet link. So hopefully you've had a chance to look through that. I don't expect that it's going to take me 20 minutes to get through this. So maybe I can go through it quickly and then you can pop onto something else. Okay. I'm going to just kind of walk through the notes that I put together. All right, Bitmojis. You've probably seen them around if you're a part of any teacher Facebook group. They're all over there. Teachers are using them constantly. I see it a lot at the elementary level. So I was kind of intrigued at the beginning of the year of if I was going to use them and how I kind of would adapt that for a more mature audience, a high school environment. So if you do want to follow along and create your own Bitmoji, if you haven't yet already, you do need to create the Bitmoji from your cell phone using the Bitmoji app. So you would have to go into your Play Store, download the application, and create an account. From there, it's really easy to walk through the steps to create a Bitmoji that looks like yourself. It'll have you take a picture and kind of pre-make one for you. You can change the clothes, you can change the glasses, the hair color. There's a lot of fun things that you can do with this. Once you've created your Bitmoji, you would then download the Bitmoji extension on your Chromebook. And what this is going to do is it's going to put that add-on right at the top. So if you see kind of where my cursor is circling on my screen, that is my Bitmoji extension that I have. And when I click on that, it opens up the Bitmoji search. I can look at popular Bitmojis that are being used. They usually associate with the day of the week or things that are going on, or you could search for something specifically. The nice thing about having this extension is that once you found one that you like, it is very easy to drag and drop right into your lecture notes. It also works really nicely with Gmail and other applications. All right, so once you have your Bitmoji created and the extension, you're pretty much good to go to use this in various applications with your students. You can always go back into the Bitmoji app on your phone to change outfits or to change the actual style. If you have been following along on any of the Facebook groups, you may have seen a Bitmoji Classroom. I was really intrigued by this over the summer, and I know a few people, including myself, tried to put one together. I was not successful. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time to make this look nice and cohesive. I chose not to make a Bitmoji Classroom for my high school students. For me personally, this is a little elementary, and also to me, it's very confusing. Where do I click? Which pictures are clickable? Where do I begin? And again, it just took too much time. So I chose not to. If you're interested, if you like the Bitmoji Classroom and you think it's something that your students could use, I did link in the notes a good article that will kind of walk you through step by step. Again, I chose not to do it. So how do I use Bitmojis? Every morning when my students walk into my room or join the virtual meet, similar to what you saw when you came into the PD, I will have a welcome slide. It will tell them what to do. Usually I'm asking them to open up the lecture notes that we're going to be doing that day. And they've kind of gotten into the routine at this point of sitting in and opening up the lecture notes, waiting for the next step. Every day I have the same entrance slide with my bell ringer, homework, daily agenda, and learning target. So again, just trying to build those routines in a year where routines kind of have gone out the window. At the end of class, I always review what the homework is and the learning target, and this is another opportunity for me to insert my Bitmoji. So you might be sitting there, okay, what is this adding? So why use this? Why insert these things for announcements? It's comic relief. This is a really tough year. It's really hard to stay motivated when you have to redesign and recreate all of your lecture notes. It's kind of fun to pop things in. Students are getting to know my personality a little bit. It kind of builds that connection. Maybe this teacher is not as scary and more approachable than I thought if she's willing to put her face on a pumpkin and show that to everybody. And this also gives another chance for virtual students to see me. We're all still figuring out the camera. You know, when I share my screen, they can't necessarily see who I am, and just another chance to build that connection. And you definitely don't need a Bitmoji. You don't need a Bitmoji Classroom to be an amazing teacher. We're all doing our best right now and just trying to make this as enjoyable as we can for our students. So is there anything that you want to ask or anything that I can share? No questions? Has anyone used Bitmojis already?
Yeah, we're using them in ESS a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do the whole Bitmoji Classroom, or are you just kind
of
inserting?
No, just kind of like the downloading, but I didn't know if we could like download it to the Chrome extension, so that's good to know.
Yeah,
so
it's so convenient.
My phone. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I use it in chat and stuff, but I haven't used them with the students, so I like the idea of being able to drop that in there.
I definitely find it breaks up the monotony, at least for me, when I'm making all these slide decks. Like, I have to recreate everything this year. Like, I want to make myself giggle, you know, throw myself on a dinosaur. I've also learned how to change the background on the Google slide. I learned that from a coworker this year. And what you can do, I'll share my screen again, because I thought this was really interesting, because I was always limited by the layout. So if you saw in my presentation, I have like a rainbow background and a jungle background and blue background. So you can change the background on any slide by going to background, choose image. Now here's the cool thing. This links to Google image search. So I can search for beach background. Okay, I find one that I like. This one looks good. Insert. If I want all of my slides to have this beach background every time I add in a new slide, I can just click Add to Theme. But I just want this beach background on this last slide here, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's kind of another way to jazz things up and make it more interesting. That is all I got, folks. So if you have nothing else for me, I'll let you leave, check out some other workshops, and have fun making your Bitmojis.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.